Big announcement earlier on today. Now, Perth is set to host the 2020 AFL Masters National Carnival at the end of September into early October. And one of the great programs we have over the winter months here on 91.3 Sport FM on a Saturday morning is the AFL Masters Show. And you would have heard this man's voice over the years. Nathan Dixon, here's the chairman of AFL Masters WA. He joins us now with more information, an exciting opportunity for Western Australia to showcase its AFL Masters talent later in the year. Nathan, welcome.
Thanks, Jacob.
Absolute pleasure to have you on the show. And off the back of this news, just how exciting is it? It's only the fourth time that we've hosted this particular carnival later in the year. Just how exciting was the announcement today?
Oh, it's awesome news for WA, mate. It's going to be a great opportunity, not only for WA Masters players, but also the other states to come and see what WA's got on the table. And for a few of us, we get the chance to defend our over 45s national title that we won in Townsville last year. So it's nothing better than getting the opportunity to defend it at your home ground.
Nathan, I guess the big question is, why have we only hosted the carnival 4 times previous to this? Because it's a carnival that's gone on for quite a while now.
Yeah, it's been over 30 years of national carnivals, so it's effectively on a state rotation policy, and for a few years there, WA Masters opted not to be part of hosting a carnival, and recently we decided it's time to do that again. So we went back to the national group and said, yes, we'd be keen, and we've obviously put all the wheels in motion, and this has sort of been about 18 months in planning now. It's in October, so there's still sort of 6-7 months to go before we really get into it, but yeah, we're very fortunate to been able to secure the facilities at Langley Park. It'll be the first time there's been an AFL game on Langley Park in the city, and it'll be we're going to basically try and make it the best carnival ever, and hopefully the other states go, wow, what an amazing thing. We've really missed out not coming to Perth.
We're chatting to Nathan Dixon, who's the AFL Masters WA chairman. After the exciting news, Perth will host the 2020 AFL Masters National Carnival starting September 26th and running through to October the 4th. You mentioned 18 months of planning's gone into securing this event. Nathan, just how much lobbying did you need to do in the end to convince the power brokers that Perth was the place for this carnival?
It did, I've got to be honest, it took a little bit, but the West Australian Footy Commission, of which we're an affiliate of, has been fantastic support, as have the commissioners, as have Gavin Taylor and all his crew. And when we went to Tourism WA and we went to the city of Perth, it didn't take long for, once we put the package together of what we can actually offer in that week long, to have 1,200 potential competitors come in from interstate for that week-long competition. It's amazing how quickly they saw the benefits of actually hosting it, not only for football, but there's obviously a financial kickback into the state when you bring in that sort of number of people, plus their families, plus the opportunity to come to a state like WA and visit Perth, the way Perth has certainly changed over the years.
And I understand you mentioned Langley Park's going to be used as part of this carnival, but also going to be using some of the ovals around the Optus Stadium precinct, which is a really exciting opportunity because that is, in its own way, a draw card, Optus Stadium, for those from interstate who haven't been lucky enough to get to the new stadium.
Absolutely. We've been very fortunate that the people at Optus Stadium are more than obliging, and we'll hold our final function there, which is a big presentation night on the Saturday night, and we're hoping to, have the biggest function that they've held there in terms of the rooms. But the opportunity to play on what's normally a car park, I don't know if people realise that, at the back oval, on the north side of Optus Stadium that they use for car parking. There hasn't actually been an AFL game there either yet, so that'll be the first. But the goalposts have been there, and the lights will be used, and we'll open the carnival at that back oval. We'll use some of the facilities within Optus Stadium, and we'll have our opening function actually in the grounds of Optus Stadium, which, as you know, that precinct is quite amazing. And between that and the Camfield and all that area around there, it's going to be a ripper.
Absolutely. It sounds fantastic at the end of September in early October. So over 1,200 male and female players and more than 35 teams from across Australia are expected here in Perth. There's a lot of logistics involved with that. Nathan, do you feel like you're on top of that? You've got the best part of 9 months to prepare now, but how much of a logistical nightmare is it going to be to try and get all of those teams out there and comfortable?
Yeah, that's going to be a challenge, I've got to say. We do run our metro competition here. We run every fortnight. We typically have somewhere between 14 and 15 games in a day, where every local club goes to the 1 or 2 venues that we have. So effectively, we know how to put that on. It's just the difference is this is a week-long competition, and obviously there's going to be double the number of teams that we normally deal with. But I'm very fortunate, got a very good team put together to break up some of those duties. And, obviously the operations guys, the game day guys are going to be really busy during the carnival. But and the Footy Commission have providing us with some assistance as well, which is really handy. Those guys know football and know how to get things done. So we really appreciate their support in getting it done. But, yeah, absolutely. Logistics, even down to getting the rubbish bins emptied and the security guards and all that sort of stuff that's going to have to happen. It's a bit of work still to be done, but we'll get there.
Nathan, what about those who might be listening and might be 100% across AFL Masters and the opportunity it provides? Can you just give our listeners a little bit of background on the AFL Masters and its history?
Yeah, sure, certainly. So it's a competition that's, like I say, nationally it's been going over 30 years. In WA, it started in the early 80s. It started as Super Rules, which people may be familiar with, but effectively it's an over 35s football competition, AFL football competition, both male and female. The male competition's been going that 30 years. The female's only been going a few years now. We're just still growing the game in terms of getting the females involved. But the male competition has basically played in 5-year age lots. So you play 35 to 40 is the supers age group, or the first age group that we have, and then 40 to 45, over 45s, and then 50s, and then we go over 60s as well nationally. But Metro, we play 35s, 40s, and over 45s. We've got about 2,200 players registered in the state. We've got 43 clubs. There's 20 in the metro area, 23 in regional areas. We like I said, we play every second week. The old bods tend not to be able to back up week to week, so we play every second week. Our clubs train pretty much all year round. It is an organised, fixtured competition with umpires. We play the AFL rules, other than a couple of modified rules just to make sure that player safety is taken care of. You're still allowed to tackle. You're not allowed to sling tackle. We're only allowed 2 men up in the ruck, and there's no knees in any competition either, so you can't do the big flying specky mark on sitting on someone's back, because you potentially could injure someone. But other than that, the rules are full AFL rules. We play 18 aside. Most clubs have more than 18 there every week, and if they're a bit short, the other club will tend to back up, and there you go, we'll give you a couple of players so that we get a game. The competition at the end of the day, we score during the game, but we don't actually have a ladder or have a final score at the end of the day. It's that idea that it's footy for kicks, and it's about the enjoyment of the game and a bit of exercise, a bit of social mental relief as well. Get out there and do something, and then shake hands with your opposition, and then head off to for a few light refreshments afterwards. And obviously you rotate the fixtures round so the different clubs get the opportunities to host the fixture. Like I said, it's been going over 30 years. It's branded under the AFL banner, so it is the national competition does play under the AFL logo. That's how we brand ourselves, and obviously us being an affiliate of the Footy Commission, we get the support from the Footy Commission. They provide us with some umpiring support and some resource as well, some administrative resource as well. We have a really good website that people can go to if they're interested in, or they think they might want to have a look or have a go, and that's www.aflmasterswa.com.au. People will think, I've got to be super fit to play footy. That's not how it really is. It is footy for kicks. We get all shapes and sizes, all levels of fitness come along and play footy. We get people that have never played footy before but have seen it at the park, or their kids are playing it and go, I can have a go at that. I want to learn how to play. The clubs are really welcoming and allow guys like that to come in and play, and ladies to come in and play. And then obviously you do have some of those ex-AFL, ex-WAFL, high amateur grade players that roll out of amateurs or roll out of the AFL or the WAFL and go, I still want to get a kick, just want to have a kick with me mates and come down and play as well. So you get the whole range of skills. At the end of the day, like I said, there is no scoring. The idea is you get rid of that white line fever that happens, that people get a bit frustrated when calls don't go their way. Sometimes when you're playing against somebody, you let them get the footy this time, they'll let you get it the next time. So everyone gets a kick, everyone gets involved, everyone gets a touch, and that's really what it's about.
If only that existed back when I was playing junior football, Nathan. That's all I'll say. I really appreciate your time this afternoon. It should be a great tournament later on in the year, and it's a great opportunity for those age brackets you just mentioned to get out there and play the game that so many of us love. And no doubt you'll be back with the AFL Masters show later on in the year. Thanks again, and good luck ahead of the carnival later in the year.
No, appreciate the support. Thanks, Jacob. And yep, we'll certainly be back on Saturday mornings once the winter kicks in, and you'll be able to hear plenty more about it on 91.3 Sport FM. Really appreciate the support. Thank
Always you. A staple of winter programming here on Sport FM, the AFL Masters show, 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning. Nathan Dixon, the voice you just heard, AFL Masters WA chairman, ahead of the announcement, or after the announcement today, that Perth will host the 2020 AFL Masters National Carnival, including Langley Park and the precinct surrounding Optus Stadium from September the 26th through until October the 4th.